2 nights ago, none of us slept. To feel peoplehood is to feel connected to 20 living souls in captivity and their families for 2 years. To pray for them, to protest, to advocate, to host them, to give them a banjo, which is something I did, or a meal, or a hug when permitted, and to feel that their loved ones are your own, and to feel absolute exaltation, redemption in seeing them come home. Seeing Eitan and Yair Horn embrace on the soil of Israel, or Matan Zangakar hug his Ima Einav after she fought like no one else to get him home. Chaim Sheli, Chaim Sheli. She kept yelling, "My life," as she embraced him. Or the incredibly emotional embrace of David Cuneo and his wife Sharon after 2 years apart. That moment of love and joy and pain and disbelief that this moment had finally arrived. And we in the Jewish world, all the way across the world, held that joy and are still holding that joy as if they were our own families, because they are. That is peoplehood. And that all of this happened, these reunifications on Hoshana Rabbah felt just right. To sing Hoshia et Amecha Umvarach et Nachlatecha, save your people, God, bless what is ours. And to feel the truth in these words, these are emotions that are hard to describe. And today, Shmini Atzeret, with a Yizkor nestled into the center of our services, this is appropriate too. Only 4 bodies, maybe 8 by now, I didn't see the news this morning, but only 4 bodies, as of my writing this, of our deceased hostages were returned as of yesterday. 20 of our families' remains are in Gaza. 20 families remain in limbo, unable to bury their loved ones. With our exaltation of yesterday comes also the intolerable sadness that these hostages have not returned. In addition to that is the kind of mourning that comes with seeing families reunited and knowing that not all of the families' reunifications will come with joy. Rachel Goldberg-Polin said a few nights ago, and I quote, "I awoke Thursday to messages from families with live hostages who we pray are now coming home imminently, and they were sharing words of thanks. I also received messages from families of dead hostages who will get their children back in body bags. All were asking variations of how do we do this? They know that John and I know what it is like to get your child returned in a bag. We are all elated and relieved for the families who will please, please, please finally get their children and loved ones back alive. It is what we have worked and prayed for these 736 torturous and inexplicable days. And at the exact same time, we embrace with the tenderness the families of children and loved ones who we pray will come back to be buried. How do we hold these paradoxical and yet appropriate sensations at the same time? Please, dear God, let us do it with delicate tenderness and holiness toward each other." There is something about Shmini Atzeret that seems to understand the mixture of emotions that we are all holding now. The end of Sukkot, Zman Simchatenu, the time of our joy, and almost into Simchat Torah, the rejoicing in Torah, which will come tonight. Between these 2 holidays, we get this Shmini Atzeret, the 8th day of gathering. We no longer shake the lulav and the etrog. We smashed our arvot yesterday. We no longer say a bracha if we choose to sit in the sukkah. It's a holiday that allows Sukkot to linger, but it's a little lessening of the joy of Sukkot before reigniting that joy tonight in Simchat Torah. The 29th chapter of Bamidbar teaches that every day of Sukkot, there were bulls that were sacrificed. On day 1, 13 bulls. Imagine that. That was a lot of bulls. On day 2, 12 bulls. On day 3, 11. All the way down to day 7, when 7 bulls were sacrificed. But when Shmini Atzeret came, the 8th day of gathering, only 1 bull was sacrificed. The Gemara tells us that was because the holiday was winding down and God asked that we linger just 1 more day. God says, prepare for me a feast so that I can enjoy you alone, you singular nation of Israel. That's a sweet explanation. But I think there's a better one, especially for our times, and it comes from the Kedushat Levi, the Berdichever Rebbe. He says that only 1 bull was offered on Shmini Atzeret because we were supposed to hold something back. Bichtei la'atzor od hasimcha. Because we were winding down the holiday, we were meant to hold some of our simcha, some of our joy back. And this is what we are doing today in Shmini Atzeret in Yizkor. All of the joy that we are holding for the return of our beloved hostages is held back only by the pain of those who will not return alive. Those who will not return to this season, please God, may they be returned from Gaza for burial. Today on Shmini Atzeret, this day of holding back some of our simcha, we remember them. Colonel Asaf Hamami, Lieutenant Hadar Golden, Lieutenant Omer Nutra, Amiram Cooper, Dror Orr, Shachar Baruch, Sergeant Oz Daniel, Foreign Nationals Joshua Molel, Sotaya Okasari, Sedusak Rindhak, Rintalak, Inbar Heyman, Tamir Adar, Tal Hemi, Asaf Hamami, Ron Givli, Eitan Levi, Eliyahu Margalit, Itai Chen, and Lior Rudef. Zichronam livracha. May their memories forever and ever be a blessing.